Maybe I should
So,
be dressed a bit smarter for this. I don't know.
okay. So, hello everyone. This is Swati Naraganti, a writer at ORZUV, and thank you for joining us today, where we are going to explore whether a research is AI in research and writing is a boon or a ban. And thank you, sir, for having with you. And as a young research enthusiast, I'm personally looking for your valuable insights in this field.
Thank you for having me on your webinar. It's great. Like, nice to meet you. Thank you for the opportunity to do this. Like, I'll try to answer your questions as best I can. So thank you very
Okay.
much.
So my first and foremost question is, research requires a holistic thinking and creativity for a hypothesis preparation. So my question is, can AI stifle our human creativity, or can it try to sparkle new ideas?
That's a great question. Can AI sparkle
New ideas,
our
or can it?
creativity, or does it like crush it? Like, yeah, I mean, it's we I think it depends. Like, I mean, most researchers are using AI to help them. Like, most researchers are not using AI to do all of the work for them. I mean, there are like paper mills and there are people who are trying to write the whole of their papers using AI, but generally I think it's, the ideas come from researchers. The concepts for research and concepts of projects come from researchers, come from our creativity, and we're using AI tools to speed up various parts of the process. So finding literature, sorting literature, determining what's been done before, much faster with AI. And then, especially for people who are not native English speakers, if we want to publish in English, then we're using AI. Researchers are using AI to help them make their English
Yeah,
better.
it's
It's
a very
leveling the
troublesome
playing
process as
field.
well
So
while submitting
to
the
answer
paper.
your question,
Yeah.
yeah, right. But like, I mean, that's not yet something that we have an AI tool to help us with, like the submission process. But I don't think that we're gonna see like people's creativity being stifled, but the process will be made faster, I would say.
Okay. And the other most crucial part of the research is dealing with the data. So, dealing with the data of the researchers. So, AI can deal with vast amount of data. But my point of it is, can AI deal with the data as we human critically think and deal with the other confounding factors as well? Can it deeply analyze the other 360 degrees approach like that, sir? And can we rely on that results?
Um, Another great question. I mean, yes and no. It depends which tools you use, and it depends what you tell the AI tool that you're using to do. I mean, can we analyze data and manage data effectively using AI tools? Yes, but we first of all, we have to understand what we want to do and what we want to analyze. So the researcher has to really clearly understand the methods and the analysis that they want to perform, and then they can use tools, AI tools, to speed up the process. But you can't just dump a load of data into a
Okay.
platform and say, analyze this for me. Like, it's very important that people do understand what they're doing. Otherwise, like, these tools can speed up, accelerate, like help us to cut corners, help us to level the playing field, to use all of these fantastic analogies. But if you don't understand what question you're asking with your data and what analysis you need to perform on your data, then I mean, you're not going to get to a good place with your analysis. I mean, AI tools are very effective as assistants for us as researchers, but they will not replace. I don't believe that these tools will be in a position to just replace researchers, especially the creativity, coming up with questions,
Okay.
developing hypotheses. Your first question, basically.
Okay, so we can rely on AI only if we know what type of prompt and what type of validation we require from it.
Right. Yeah,
Okay,
you've got to understand what you're doing. I mean, you've got to. I mean, I can do lots of things with Chat GPT, for example, but like, what's the output? Like, what am I getting out from it. Like I'm asking, these tools to give me things to help me write blogs, to help me, format papers, to help me translate articles, to give me structure for articles that I want to write. But, I've got to know like what my final goal is. I mean, you can't just, otherwise that's just lazy, right? I mean,
Yeah, it is.
and who wants to be lazy?
Yeah.
Right?
And one of the foremost thing while we are talking about the chat GPT information usage, the author position or author role, what kind of legacy and ethical concern will be having using that type of information?
Yeah, that's another great question. Initially, when these tools came online, like publishers like Elsevier and Springer Nature did allow for a while
Yeah.
ChatGPT to be listed as an author, but that's now stopped. I mean, no, I mean these AI tools will never be listed as authors, but you do need to declare your use of them like very clearly to publishers when you. So let's imagine that you send a paper to a journal and you've
Okay.
used some AI tools in the creation of that article, in the data analysis, the figure creation, the editing of the text. Like you do need to very clearly declare that to the publisher. If you don't, then there could be issues in the future for you as publishers develop tools to check articles for the use of AI tools. It's just important to be transparent. Like, like writing any paper, like publishing any paper, you need to say like what you did, like what methods did you use, how you analyze the data, like where the funding came from, what conflicts of interest you have, and what AI tools you use in the development of the article.
And as AI can automate various tasks like coding and writing and research analysis as well, one of the most question we get is like, can it replace our jobs or it will be giving a new possible opportunities?
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it depends what job you have, I suppose, right? I mean, that we've seen a lot of conflict um, with AI tools, especially in article editing and content writing in marketing. But yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, if you're smart, I guess you're using AI tools to help you with your work, to speed up your productivity. So if you're creative, and I don't think you'll be replaced by AI, but there are, of course, like a number of roles, a number of jobs, I suppose, that could be done much, much faster with AI. Content writing is one, manuscript formatting, copy editing, like basic editing of academic articles. So yeah, I mean, yes and no, but like it helps us all to like diversify and find new ways to do our jobs and everything, right? So I think it's a great time. I'm very excited at the moment.
Okay. And what do you think? What are the primary limitations and challenges possessed while using the AI? Limitations and challenges while using the AI.
Oh, limitations and challenges. I mean, okay, so we know that these tools are quite limited in terms of what they can do, and they're all dependent on what information has previously been fed in to them before, right? So they're learning models, so they
Yeah,
have
it
to
can create
learn from
biases
what
as
data
well.
has been entered before. Right. So again, it depends what the task is that you're asking the tools to perform. But
Okay.
yeah, there are huge challenges in the use of them. And I think if you're not on top of your own research field, if you're not able to understand what an AI tool is giving you in your field in terms of the data or in terms of the text that's coming back, if you're uncritically just taking what you get from a tool like ChatGPT and publishing it, then you've got a problem because
Yeah, it is.
that will inevitably lead to problems. So that's a challenge. Yeah, I mean, we have to understand what we're doing as researchers. Like these are just tools like any other tools, I mean, it's yeah. I
So,
hope I answered your question. I'm not sure if I did.
Okay. So while preparing for this interview, I gathered one of the responses from my close friend, where she
Okay.
asked that we can use AI, but will it allows us to be ourselves? It will be like one thing says, and we are going to do that. So this type of mentality, how do we do deal with this, sir? Like giving those
Oh, I don't know.
responses.
Wow. Wow. I mean, yeah, another great question. Like our own creativity and our own identity in the work that we do.
Will be
I
yes.
mean, yeah, like could be. Yeah, it could be because of course I could take a recording of this interview and tell an AI tool to make another interview,
Yeah.
in the style of this interview using these images and this text. And probably we could sit here tomorrow and look at this video and the video that I've asked an AI tool to create, and you might not be able to tell like which is, the original and which is the AI generated one. And we
Yeah.
see that a lot with research articles with images. So yeah, it's a huge challenge. And I don't think yet we know the answer to that, like how to deal with that. I mean, it's really good questions. And
Okay.
I have to like maybe we can stop now and talk again tomorrow. You can edit this a little bit because I really have to go to another call.
Yeah, sir. Okay.
It's like just
Thank you.
before 5. But thank you so much. It's nice to meet you and see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, sir. Thank
I
you.
hope you